March 1st. Just a little update. Show you what's going on. As you can see, romaine is going crazy. Little romaine. Radishes are doing good. Radishes are in here because of the high nitrates. I just want something just to grow fast and help eat them up. Also too, you saw the other video, I screwed up and thought, so well, butter lettuce wasn't looking that great, so I thought I'd put some Miracle-Gro in there because I've had good results with it in the past in a raised bed garden, but it blew all the pH, the ammonia, the nitrates, everything just went to crap, and I've had multiple water changes to get things under control again. This is a different raft bed. I saw a guy on a YouTube video, I forget his name, but he was talking about doing onions, and he made the pot size, the holes for the pot size, slightly smaller because they're tapered, as you can see. So the whole thing doesn't go down inside, but there's just enough for the root system, as opposed to, let me just grab one. These guys. This corn I just threw in this for S&Gs. Corn. And I think the theory was so they don't rot, being submerged in the water all the time. This way the hydrotron has a tendency to dry out a little bit, but it's still moist on the bottom. I don't know. It's an experiment. When I made this one, I put a whole bunch of holes in it, so this one's kind of empty right now. One of these tanks is going to become a gravel bed, because it seems like gravel beds do a lot better than the floating raft system, because they have their place as far as germinating seeds and whatnot. And then we go to the tomatoes. And they're going crazy. We've got, I think there's 6 in here. This is March 1st, like I said. There's another one. There's a couple right there. There's another tomato. Another tomato. And there's another little guy. Geraniums are in here just because I want to fill it around a pine tree. A little bed there, and wintertime got a little frosty that wipes them out, so I took a bunch of cuttings and they're going insane. And then we come down to number 6. Strawberries, some more lettuce, and another radish right here. Strawberries aren't looking too bad. But one thing I did do, because of the fact that I almost killed the whole system, is that to get the plants to absorb the nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia to get all the bacteria and stuff working, I pulled the bell cycles out. And just let them do just a flood and drain for a day or so and see if that'll help bring the levels down to where they should be, because it's been insane lately. On the API test kits, everything's maxed out. Completely, totally maxed out. Even with doing, I think there's 4, maybe 5 water changes, but still, tomato plants, as you can see, are going nuts. Lettuce is starting to look a little better. I don't know if it's because of the residual from screwing up with the Miracle-Gro, or because I put them in slightly raised pots. Geranium on this one is looking good. But you can see the difference on the lettuce in this one with the flush pots versus this one on the raised pots. So I think what's going to happen is that this is going to become a gravel bed. I tested the gravel at the local Home Depot store, and it is negative. I walked in with a little bottle of white vinegar and threw some gravel in it, and there's no pops or fizzes or anything else like that, no bubbles. So that's a good sign, because my pH has been running about 7.2, 7, right in that neighborhood. And that's some of the gravel. But you can see in this bed, the lettuce, the romaine, this stuff is insane. I bought some today at the local food for lettuce, but I think when that runs out, we're going to start harvesting some of this stuff. And the bare spots, I've got some more romaine seeds that I've had for a while. Like these romaine seeds are, I don't know, I think anywhere from 4 to 6 years old. So I'll scatter some in there. So we've got like an ongoing crop, because we eat a lot of salads around here. It's just the two of us, but and the butter lettuce, that one looks pathetic. I mean, here's one. Let me pull this guy out. You can see how many plants are in here, and they're all doing a root system on that thing. Some of the black is because I had a gnat infestation a while back, but you know, just wash it out. And they're a little dark because in the old system I had a big algae problem, and the guy from Bright something, whatever it is, some PhD dude suggested humonic acid. It turns the water black, but it also turns the root system black. I think the algae is not a big deal in this system. Come on, get back in there. This romaine that I had in here by itself. It's only been in here about a week. Roots are starting to grow out of it. This poor guy is a very lonely olive tree that I had, but you can see, maybe, cell phones aren't the best for cameras. There's some roots starting to grow out of it. Might be able to salvage it. A friend of mine gave me this, I don't know, jade plant, but it's starting to do something. And yeah, we wander back over here, you can kind of see the fish tank. Other side of the greenhouse, by the way, which is 10 by 12. Thereabouts. This side will become an identical replica, either minus or including the Budweiser can, of this side. So there'll be 12 beds in here. And if this system all works out the way I want it to, then what will happen is that we'll come outside and we'll do some full-on beds. Potentially semi-commercial. Okay, we're going to wander out here. It's on the side of the greenhouse. These are some old tables I was using. I probably using for starting seeds. This was a raised garden area I just destroyed. And here we got the fish tank. And there they are. Because of the screw up, I lost 3 goldfish, so now I'm down to 24. But did a water change this morning, partial, about half the tank, which is 250 gallons. And we seem to be doing halfway decent. There's a bucket heater there, as you can see. It's on a timer that'll go on from 8 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning. They're all nice and lively. This is the bucket with the pump. There it is. It's an 1,800 gallon hour pump. And it comes up, goes that way, and into the system. 200 strain line, comes out, comes back into the tank. And they're watching various YouTube videos, especially this guy in Australia. Had a Venturi type of there, kind of modified. It goes from 3/4 to 1/2 inch to 3/4. Up here with a T, a little air hose, which is just a piece of drip irrigation line. And then back out again, you can see there's quite a little bubble activity. So that kind of helps aerate it, and hopefully that'll help get rid of some of the chlorine and anything else that's in the water. So I'm doing the water changes. And I hope so. Because I got some big goldfish in there that I really like. There's one. Come here. And there's some others, and that big dark guy. I call it a shark. So that's how it looks. Doing the water change was kind of interesting. Pop this stuff off. It's all slip fit. Nothing's glued right now. Add a big length of 3/4 inch PVC pipe to it and let it flow back into that way. There's no watering all that stuff. But since it is all slip fit and moving it around, that elbow popped off, and you talked about getting your face full of water. 1,800 gallons an hour right in your face. Fortunately, it's been warm today. It's pushing 80, so. Oh, that's I had to take a glass panel out of the greenhouse in order to fit all that stuff through because I didn't want to cut it. And to block some of it, I put just some fire brick and a piece of insulation that fell down just to kind of block some of the cold air going in, but we're in pretty good shape right now. And this is the end wall with the vent. Fans out because I got to replace the motor. And then we kind of go around this way. As you can see, I have a lot of weed whacking to do come next month or so. But that's the March 1st update.